Hello and welcome back to part 3, the final part of this Pokemon TCG and TCGO online tutorial. I think I kind of said that slightly twice there. But yeah, welcome to my channel. I am James the Pokenite and we are going to get straight in and try and see if we can beat Otis. With our deck here that seems to be quite good right now, so we're going to play. If you haven't seen the first and second part, they're all down in the description below, and I'll create a nice wee playlist as well, because I've got a couple of other things to kind of show you, but I just want to show you like the main meat of the whole game. So here now we've got a kind of like a bit of a contradiction here. We could put on Pikachu, who's been our main driving force in the last video, but we also have an evolution here, and we could start off with Meowth because it means in the next turn we can then evolve and we'll have enough energy to do damage and also do other things. So let's go with that motto. I don't know if it will work, but we will see. I think these are all predetermined, it just depends on how you play. Okay, so we're going to power up our Meowth, and then we're going to end our turn. So we're actually playing a proper match here, literally, in a way. Well, I think we're playing a proper match. I think this is all kind of still predetermined, but we drew 7 cards, we drew 6 prize cards, and so it feels legit. So we're going to put another energy on, and then we're going to evolve our Meowth into our Persian, so we are now stronger. And we're going to do a Shadow Claw. Tails, which means if heads, discard a card from your opponent's. Okay. Oh no! Yeah, this is actually kind of like the thing, so he's now going to potentially kind of like stall us out, which is fantastic. But we can necessarily do the same thing to him. I think what we'll do is we'll start powering up our Pikachu. I'll play this. I'll heal 20 damage, take 20 damage away, and then we'll play another Shadow Claw. And it's a Tails. Seriously. Oh god. Rolling Skates, which if heads he draws 3 cards, which jammy bugger he does. Oh, I think we're going to lose this one. Or are we? You see, that's the kind of thing, it's he's playing proper legit here. Like, actual proper legit. And we could potentially lose this, but I don't think we are, because it's been predetermined anyway. Well, I think it has. Like, I'm actually saying this very comfortably, saying like, oh, like, now notice something here. Okay, he could have attacked and destroyed, which means this is predetermined. You know, this is predetermined. So, but now this card here, Evo Soda, is a really kind of good card, but it is a costly one. It counts as an evolution. So if you did have, like, say, like a 3rd stage, you couldn't evolve that Pokemon regardless if you wanted to. But we're going to play it because we have a Raichu. We have it. We're going to evolve it. Boom. And I think, do you know what we're going to do? We'll just go for Persian. And we'll Shadow Claw for the victory, because I kind of see what I want to see where this is actually going a little bit, and then we'll click this. Okay. Now, like I kind of said, this is a predetermined match, I think. So it just really depends on what the heck he's like sort of doing. Roller skates. Let's play the roller skates. 3 cards. Okay. Let's do this. And do you know what? we could be chipping away, but we want to kind of get an, you know, keep going on with this. So let's do something. Let's retreat. Okay. Let's retreat. Let's bring in our Raichu. And our Raichu can simply one-shot a lot of these Pokemon straight off the bat. And as you can see here, he was weak to that. Now, this is what I was kind of saying. Emolga here is weak to electric, so it means we will always do twice more damage than it should. So that's why it did more damage. And as you can see, we're just now one-shotting all of these Pokemons away. Like, we have won it. Basically, Raichu is our main deck winner here, and it's like the guy has nothing else to kind of really do. Except for the fact... Oh no, he's confused us. He's confused us. Which is great. Or has he? I didn't want to do that. Let's see whether or not if this really does affect us. And it's not yet. Oh, does it? Oh, fuck, it has. Oh, shit. See, why? Essentially, I think what it's trying to say is we need to retreat and use another Pokemon. Basically. So you kind of see that there's a lot more strategy into Evolve. Sometimes when you think you've won it, it can completely backfire on you. Really? I mean, I know this is kind of like still predetermined, but still, I'm like, really? Oh, you know what, let's get some lightning energies. I'm actually getting quite fed up with this a little bit, like, to be honest, because it's like... Do that. Now, this cost us a lot more than just one, so always be aware of that, folks. Like, some can actually cost more to retreat than simply just than normal, basically. So if I sound like I'm boring you, like I'm putting you to sleep, then I am sorry. What the wait, what the I mean, what shenanigans? You die. You go away. I mean, like, I'm calling shenanigans at that point. I mean, there we go. We got a sent, like Professor sent early, but is it too late for us? I think it is actually. Yes, it's too late. He's going to take. Shut up, phone. Shut up, iPad. What? We've won it. Oh, really? Oh, come on. You could have done a little bit better than that. You actually were really holding on, but no, we won. We won. That's it. We've done it. We've won it. That's game, set, and match, folks. Alright, choose blah blah blah. Yep. Okay, okay. What do we get? And our booster pack is... So we got a Skarmory and we got a pack of Primal Clash. You have earned a booster pack. Let's go to your collection to open it. Click anywhere to continue. Okay, okay. Okay. So essentially, when you go to your collection, this is where all your packs are. I'll kind of show you in a moment, but let's open it to keep her happy. And to be honest, I like this. Let's see what we get. Look, what do we get? What did we get? Is it all predetermined though? That's the thing. But let's see what we got. Okay. So our reverse is a Ninetales. Our rare is a Magcargo. I went through the whole of that tutorial for a Magcargo. Okay. You're journeyed into the blah blah blah. Click. Okay. And we're back at the home stage. So, let's actually start looking at the whole thing. So, trainer challenges. What this is you fight with, let's say you select the league, so we're going to select the gold league. You select your deck, we'll show you what decks you have kind of like unlocked at this point. In fact, what we'll do is we'll click on this, we'll select easy, and these are the decks. Now, the two decks that we have, actually this is actually a weird one. Now, this part here, so this deck is complete. So this is a complete deck, okay? And the reason you can tell because because if we win 12 games with this deck, we win a booster pack. Essentially, that's all it is. You win 12 decks, win 12 games with this deck, you get a booster pack. Now, this isn't like the tutorial. You actually will be playing these the computer AI, and they can beat you, like essentially, and it has happened. This one, however, is if you play 7 games, you unlock 7 cards, sometimes a bit more for this deck. So that is something to always look at as well, which is very kind of like important as well, because this deck is not fully unlocked until you actually use it in this deck to actually. And then you select the trainer, blah, blah, and so essentially that's kind of what this is. Tutorial, you've actually done quick matches. It just throws you into a quick match with, I think, theme decks and that, so it's nothing really too important. These two, however, are important, so I think the versus ladder. So, this mighty deck that you can use in versus is got brains and bronze. Yes, I kind of know that. Okay, so essentially what you need to do is, in a versus ladder, is you win matches to earn versus points. You accumulate points to unlock versus rewards. New rewards are available every 3 weeks when versus points reset, basically. So, okay, versus ladder reset, so we can win a Shaman EX, not the one from Roaring Skies. This is one from one of the black and white sets. I don't even know if actually this one is good. I think it's an okay card. But we don't have any like sort of standard deck or expanded or even legacy deck, basically. So we only have theme decks. And we have our Mental Might, which is actually a really good deck, believe it or not. Like, I'll pat themselves on the back. Like, it's a really good deck. And this one actually is not too bad actually as well. But we can go into this. So if we were to win a match, we get this, and then we win, like, say 2 more, and essentially it just continues on until you reach like the gold mine, which is blah 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 blah. Where is it? You can get this, which is known as the prize card. Like, Shaman is the card that you mostly want to kind of win, but this is the ultimate goal. Win like 200 matches to earn this card. But as you can see, you can unlock, you can win booster packs, you can win coins, tickets, chests, all that kind of stuff, and that's really good to help build your collection. Speaking of collection, let's go into the collections tab. So here is all the cards that we have. This is actually new, which is interesting. So this just shows your cards like individually one by one. But I like to go into this one, then you get to see kind of like all the cards, essentially, and you're given quite a lot actually, believe it or not. This is actually not too bad. Just calling you very impressed. Like, to be honest, because I've never kind of like seen it like all of this, but it's a lot of cards from a lot of kind of like sets, and mostly from like black and white, like kind of like onwards and that. But it's actually not too bad, and yeah, I am fairly impressed. And then obviously you have your trainer, cards, so it has it all here lined up as well. And then these are all your energies. Now, this one here, it says these are the energies that you have kind of here, but I think there's a point where you just unlock unlimited energies and all that kind of thing, so that's actually quite good as well. This is where all your packs will be. This is where like your gameplay, so like coins, sleeves, thing, and like your avatar stuff, I would say. But what's also quite good as well, if you wanted to find out what cards we can get from like sets, like from like current sets or older sets, and to a certain point, we can go into the filters tab. And the filters tab is actually very important. So let's say we wanted to look at cards from, let's go from Breakpoint. Okay, we go to apply, and it's not going to show us anything unless we click cards not shown, not owned even. We click that and boom, these are all the cards that we could get. Let's go by rarity. So this is all the cards. So we've gone by rarity of all the cards, which I don't understand why these are kind of like at the top or something like that. So that's like essentially all your commons, and then we get down to the uncommons, and then to the rares, and then to the ultra rares, hollows and ultra rares and all that sort of thing. And then obviously that's your secret rare. I think these are counted as secret rares a bit, but like who knows. But this is actually quite good to kind of really see what cards that you can get from the set, all that kind of stuff, all that good stuff. Deck manager is where you build a deck. So let's get lost, honestly. So essentially, let's click the expanded tab. Okay. Honest, okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, out of that, right. So essentially, this is where you create decks, but this is also where all your decks that you make up will be kind of stored, and you can always update it and change it, unless, except for these, you can't do anything. You can look at the cards, but you can't change it unless you are to copy it and then like clone a deck, and then that way you can then improve it to whatever way you'd like. I'm afraid. So that's somewhat quite good. And then the trade function is essentially, it's good, but it's not that good. Let's see, it only trade cards that we have basically, but cards that aren't locked, and I probably really should have stated this. Let me just go back to that for a minute. So essentially here, there's these signs, these kind of signs here, right? This one here says it's trade lock, which means we cannot get rid of it. It's stuck in our collection. That is it. We cannot get rid of it. If we were to buy packs from either the store, which we'll get to in a moment, or like from an actual real life kind of store with real life packs, we'll be able to kind of trade them off, no problem. But we can't do it with this, unfortunately. So let's have a look at the store, the shop, and let's see if it comes around with a thing like, oh no, it doesn't. That's good. So these coins, it's very important that you save up these coins, because you can go out and buy stuff. Okay, so like you can buy booster packs. Now this one, Basically Light, is the newest set as of this recording. There is a new set coming out called Steam Siege, which then will replace this. But you get some really kind of cool like sort of promotions. Like these are sort of the latest one. This one here is very interesting. If you look in the eye, basically, this is where you kind of get a lot of older cards. They'll probably do it like kind of like in bundles a little bit. We give you like a wee sort of promo. You buy this, you get the free packs here, but you also get this Celebi in that as well. And then this one, you'll get like these two promo cards. You'll also get these card sleeves, but you also get what else do you get? 4 TCG breakthrough booster packs, blah blah blah. Yeah, and yeah, so you get like 4 booster packs. So essentially, like you're getting quite a lot of for that, which is quite good to be honest. So that's kind of like all there. So you can buy booster packs, you can buy decks, and this is actually, I would say, the best way to really do it is buy these Fiend decks. Obviously we don't have enough to afford a Fiend deck, so maybe that's something that we could look into. We'll play a little bit, maybe the challenge, because I think what I'll do is I'll do a sort of let's play on these, by just on this account, and we'll work up a way to where we can get Fiend decks and also maybe some other stuff. And gameplay, which can be like, and it's just kind of basically like card sleeves and boxes. In fact, what do you get? Is it just the sleeves you get? These things can be blah. Alright, okay. But yeah, and it's not really much there, kind of like the now, but it's okay. The next part here is the redeem codes. Now, essentially, the codes are what you get with every booster pack, what you get with every collection box, and every tin. With the booster packs, you get a code to unlock and to redeem a pack online. With a collection box, it's only with the cards that are like the promos. So like for example, that Gyarados box that I opened up, I got the shiny Gyarados and also the shiny Magikarp. And then the tin code that I got the I only got the like the promo for that card, but also I got kind of like a Fiend deck out of it. Now not all tins did this. This was something kind of new that they did when, I think around summer last year, 2015, which was kind of like a newer thing, and I honestly think it's actually really good. You also get codes with elite trainer boxes, but you only get like, if I remember correctly, card sleeves and a deck box for it. That's all you kind of get. Nothing really substantial for it. Maybe a coin and all that kind of thing. But you can also like buy Fiend decks and unlock the codes for that to unlock the Fiend deck on this. So there's plenty of opportunities, and I personally would say, if you want to play, the game in real life, I would advise buying all that kind of stuff and then unlocking a lot here, because that's one of the ways you'll unlock a lot more and be able to kind of like trade a lot more easier stuff. Like for example, if you were to like buy a bunch of Roaring Skies booster packs and you somehow managed to redeemed it all here and you somehow managed to pull a Shaman, you can trade that off, because everyone wants to trade a Shaman for something, and you actually get quite a lot for trading a Shaman. So that is something to kind of keep in mind. And then this one is the very important part. So your avatar. This is essentially what you are seen as when you do it. So this is what I currently look like, and I currently don't look like that whatsoever. Let's just change it. You know what? He kind of suits that. We'll kind of go with that. Then, right? In fact, let's just mess this up. Let's make him a little bit fancy. Yeah, there we go. Does he wear a hat? In fact, oh yeah, no. Do you know what? No, he doesn't wear a hat. He wears glasses though, because he's a bit of a geek. Let's be honest, I'm a geek as well. So yeah, that's my avatar for today, for now. Yay! And it's saved. So this is nothing really all that kind of important. Look at all this. Look, do you want to really look like a Charizard? I don't think so. Like, as much as that would kind of be awesome, with the chance of a Pokeball getting thrown right into your face, I think I'll just dress kind of casual a little bit. We got the statistics. So this is actually somewhat very important. So we have drawn 66 cards. We have done 1,540 damage. We have taken 510 damage. We have played 5 games. Total game point 0. We have played like 29 minutes of this tournament rep. Zilch and total upsets. Win. Then our collection. Set nearest to completion is our XY Cal starter set. Most card of one set is Ratata, which is fine. And then we've got like 14 foils. So this is kind of like your collection. And to be honest, you'll never find like because essentially it means you've collected every single card from all the sets ever since this was opened up or something. So yeah, that's something I'm never going to be able to do, basically. Oh, there was one thing I forgot to actually show. The tournaments. I've completely forgot about this, but it's not applicable to us but we could go in with a theme deck with this mount. But this is sometimes a way of, this is where you bring your A game, basically, like, because the rewards can sometimes be really good. So this Legacy tournament here, if we had a deck built for a Legacy competition, we could win 3 packs of Black and White if we came first, and 3 packs of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Unleashed. That would have been fantastic, but we can't run it. And obviously if we came second, we only got 2, and then even if we went third or fourth, we got 1 of each, which is nice. And then if we came dead last, we'll get a community chest. We get a community chest and 50 tokens. So sometimes it's worthwhile doing it if you want to bring up your A game. The theme deck one is really just all luck based, basically, because it's very hard to really do it. It's like as soon as like a theme deck gets going, that's it. It's hard to come back from it. But the one thing that's very also important as well is the challenges. So obviously remember, we still have this challenge here where if we win a match with a theme deck that contains water, we get 25 coins. Thank you, phone and iPad, for that notification. And the more our level unlocks, the more we can actually have active challenges sort of going, and I think the more that we have is quite good. If we go back to the home page for a moment, and as well, this is just like promotional stuff, so like things from Barn Nobles, Fates Collides, Generations. I think that's the Elite Trainer box that came out, and then also the Mystical Collection there. Now this one here, this little Pokeball, now once you see it bouncing, it will tell us that we have like a daily bonus. So obviously our daily bonus for today was we got a theme deck out of it, which was really nice, and tomorrow we'll get 25 coins, and then the next day we'll get a booster pack, or packs as it kind of say. That's interesting, but this is a great way to help start it off, and it's even just kind of logging in, doing this, like it does kind of like stack up, take a while, but it will stack up. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's pretty much everything, except for like obviously this part is here as well. This is where I think you're able to kind of like talk, message, and I think even like accept like friend requests, all that kind of thing from it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hopefully this gets you into playing the TCG a little bit more, gets you a little bit of better knowledge, and we will continue using this account, and we'll be doing the trainer challenges, and we'll try to see what we can get from that by just playing with that sort of challenges, and we'll do it by all the difficulty stages, all that kind of thing. But I'm going to probably say until then, if you like this video, leave a like on the actual video. Also subscribe, it would be much appreciated if you do. Sorry if this video felt a bit long and I was a bit rambling. Hopefully I do TCG openings, and I'm hoping to have a lot more different variety on the channel as well, to please kind of like a lot of Pokemon fans. But until then, people, I will see you all later, and game on.